requires lots of things. Now, number one, in the interview, you need to do your homework. By homework here, we need to say that you need to know most of the things about the company. You need to know about the company, you need to know about their work, how do they work, what do they do, what's new about their job, and all of these things. All of these things are known about the company or doing your homework. So that will lead us to the question here. So what do you know about the company? So you need to know about the company that you're going to apply to. It's not just like I go to the interview without knowing anything, and then he asks me, I don't know, I've seen your ad in the TV. I've seen your ad on the TV. I've seen your ad on the newspaper. Okay, what's this? Okay, what are you talking about? Okay, so don't you know anything about our company? Consider yourself rejected. If you did that, you will be rejected. You will be refused. Why? Because you cannot just say, I read your ad on the newspaper, I read your ad on the TV or whatever. No, I came here because you have a good reputation. I came here to join the team. I came here to do that. So in here, we need to pay attention to that this question, anyone should read about the company. Now, you've Googled this company, you found a site for this company on the internet, you can read about it through the page of the company. Read about their work, read about where they do the work, okay, read about everything. Now read about their products, read about some new things about them, maybe something in the news. Lots of news about them, maybe in the newspaper or the internet or whatever. If you found videos about them, try to watch these videos. That shows that you care about the job. That shows that you started your job as a professional way. So, like, you can say this, I really believe in this approach because I know about the company, lots of good things. I know about the company that it's a nice company because it treats its employee in a good way. I'm personally drawn to this mission because I heard about your reputation. I need to join your team. I need to enhance my experience. All of these are answers for this question. Just you have to prepare your answers. So that's part of doing your homework. Yes, you need to prepare your answers. You need to prepare your answers. But there's some important things about preparing an answer. You don't answer like a robot. Okay? You're not a robot. Because when you talk about the robot, okay, why do you want to join the company? I want to join the company because you have a good reputation. What's this? That's a recorded message? No. In an interview, you need to be natural. What do I mean by being natural? Now, you need to speak. You need to talk to people. So how to talk to people, that's the way. So you need to start talking to them, not just telling them about things. So for example, he asks you, why do you want to join the company? Okay, I'm personally drawn to this mission because I've heard about your reputation, I've heard about your company a lot. I want to join your team, also to enhance my skills. I have some qualifications, and I have some experiences I can add to the company. That means I can be an asset to the company as well. And I want this company to be an asset for me. I want to, in the future, to enhance my experience, to enhance my skills and everything. So that's an answer for this question. Now let's go next for the next question. Now, the next question, how did you hear about the position? Now you have to be straight and honest about this thing. You don't say, like, for example, okay, no, I found it by coincidence. No. That shows that you don't understand the company's situation, or you're not interested in the job. You find it by chance and you apply. What's this? What makes you? We said before that go by this motto. Go by this saying. If you didn't plan to succeed, That means your plan failed. So if you didn't plan to succeed, that means you plan to fail. That's the correct thing. You have to plan for succeeding. So you have to hunt the thing. So after needing to do your homework, we can add here that I need self-confidence. I need self-confidence while I'm answering these questions. Not over self-confidence, and don't be very shy. Try to show that person that you care and that you know about this company. Now, how did you hear about this position? I have lots of ways of answering this question. So, like you can say, for example, I've seen your ad on the internet and was very interested to join a professional company like this. Or a friend or a professional contact told me about the company and told me about this position. Okay, now why are you excited? I'm excited about this because the company has a nice reputation. The company is working in a field that I've been dreaming a lot to work in. Okay, if you discover the company through an article, through a share on Facebook or something like that, tell them I've discovered the company through an article, through a share on Facebook, random. I was looking for a job and I found it, and I caught your ad, and I found out that I want to join your company. I want to actually add this to my resume. That will lead us to this question. Now, so things are required for the interview. Number 3, a resume. What's the meaning of resume? Now we have to pay attention that we have resume and CV. Okay, what's the difference between resume and CV? Technically, they're the same. There is a technical difference, but they are the same. I say CV for United Kingdom, or like you can say for British people, and I say resume for Americans. That's very nice. So Americans, they believe on saying resume. British people, they care for saying CV. Okay? So let's continue. So I need my resume. Also, I need something important. I need to be determined. Determined person, that means you need to stick to what you want, focus on your goal, answer the questions according to your focus. Okay? It's important to focus on your goals. Why? Because that shows how attentive are you. That shows that you want the job and you care for the job. You understand? So that's important. Okay, so let's go for the next question. So the first thing we talked about, how did you hear about the position? Second, okay, the second thing is, sorry, okay, loading. Okay. Now, so again, what we were saying about the questions here, the common questions in the interview, we said that the first common question is, we will ask you, what do you know about the company? So when someone asks you about what do you know about the company, that means you should do your homework. That's we agreed. Now, if we're talking about the next thing, so how did you hear about this position? So how did you hear about this position? How did you hear? You should be honest, and you should be actually focused on what you're going to say. Be honest, be clear, don't try to make up answers. So if you found this through Facebook, so tell them you found it on a share of Facebook, and I'm interested in the company. Now, after saying where did you find the thing, try to say why are you excited about the job? Why are you interested in the job? Show that you care for the job, not just for any job, for their job. Pay attention. People like it when the other people care for them. Okay? The next. What do you know about the company? What do you know about the company? Again. Okay. Sorry, it's a repeated question. We have a problem, but we're solving it. Okay. Now, so next question is, why do you want this job? Okay. Now, as we agreed before, and again, you should be specific about your goals. It's not just about the job. So you don't want it because it's the job. Okay. Like for example, you're an accountant and you're going to apply for another position of accounting in another company. Why? You're an instructor and you want to join another center or another academy and you apply for it. Why? So that's the question. Always focus your goals. So why do you want this job? I want this job because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be specific about your goals. Okay. Now, companies always want to hire people who are passionate about the job. Like for example, when you have passion towards something, that means you like it and you will do your best to do well, and you will do lots of efforts to be very good in your job. So you should have a great answer about that, about why you want the position. Now, if you don't, okay, now let me do something. Don't say that, okay, I'm applying for jobs and whatever, like, I'll work. Now, you don't have a goal. You don't have a passion. You have actually, only goal here you have is to work. Anything. And the typical worker. Typical worker, this is not what companies look for. We said, companies are always looking for passionate people. People who love the job, who are wanting to do their best to do the job. Now, first, as we said, identify something you care for in the job, something you want. Okay, like for example, let's say I'm applying to be an instructor. So I tell them I love teaching and I love to be around students, and it gives me a good feeling when other people learn something from me. Okay, so that's the thing. So I give you 2 key factors. Why do I want the job? Because I love teaching, I love to be useful to people and other things. As the example here, what we have here on the board, now I love customer support because I love the constant human interaction and the satisfaction that comes from helping someone solve a problem. You see? So that's the thing. Someone who wants to solve other people's problems. Very nice. I want to be useful to people. I want, when someone actually, remember this, he taught me 1 or 2 things. Okay, if I taught you 1 thing, for me that's success. That's what I feel for, to be useful to people. When someone tries to remember what did I teach him, he remembers that I taught him 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay? Now, always, you see, oh my God, that's the same answer I have. I've always been passionate about education, and I think you guys are doing great things, so I want to be a part of it. You see? So, I always do interviews for some candidates in my job. When I meet them, okay, some of them I see the spark in their eyes. These are the people I hire. You know, the spark in their eyes, even if they're not highly qualified, but you know, when you have someone who has this spark, who actually has this passion toward that thing, okay, you know, you feel good about it. This person will help you a lot in the future. Will learn a lot in the future. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go next. Okay, why should we hire you? Most companies ask this question. Why should we hire you? Okay. Now, how can you answer this question? Now, we have 2 kinds of answers. We have the answer that, some people, arrogant people, will say, okay, because you need me, because I'll be useful for the company. It's somehow arrogant. And the second answer is, oh my God, I don't know, maybe I am qualified for the job. Maybe I will be a support. I promise you I'll be a support. That's not a nice answer as well. So one of them is very arrogant. One of them is that shaky, weak personality. So how can I answer a question like this? Why should we hire? So this question is always, okay, it's not about why. They're not going to take your point of view and perspective, but it's about how you react toward that question. In the interview, I'm not just doing the interview to evaluate your qualification or to evaluate that if you're qualified for the job or not. Also the interview to evaluate your personality. So how will you react? So this question for some people seems forward, like somehow, okay, weird question. How can I answer this question? How can I tell them what to hire or not to hire? Okay? But if you are asked this question, you're lucky. Why? Because if you want to sell yourself good, sell your skills good, this question will help you a lot. For example, you will say, for example, okay, now you have to cover three things. The first thing, you cannot only you do your job, you can do more. Okay? The second thing, you can deliver great results without saying them in an arrogant way. And also that you will be for the team, fit for the team, okay, and the culture of the company. You better hire him than other candidates, okay? Now think about it like this. Someone asks you, why should I hire you? So you say, okay, I think I have the required skills that you want. And I think I can be a team player with you. And I've managed to do lots of great things in the previous companies. And I'd like to share the same things with you. And I can be useful for you. Okay? Because, my dream is to be useful for everyone. And I think I have these skills that you need for the company. Okay? In order to be successful in life, you should be a team player. And I think I have this skill because I've worked with lots of people and they love all of my job. And you can see that in my recommendation letter. That's another thing you have to pay attention to. Requirements for the interview, recommendation letter. Recommendation letter, that means someone is telling good things about your job. Okay, so that's a very good thing. Let's go next. What are your greatest professional strengths? What are your greatest professional strengths? Now, excuse me. So, what are your greatest professional strengths? So, how can I answer this question? Now, be honest. Talk about your strong points. Talk about what you have. Talk about it honestly and explain it. How? Okay. When you answer this question, okay, there is like coach, her name is Pamela, Skilling, recommended to be accurate. Share your true strengths. Okay. Pamela is one of the most famous people that can actually train you on like doing the interview. Okay. She said that you have to be accurate. Be true. For the interviewers, they need to hear the truth from you. Choose the strengths that are like somehow related to the job that you're applying to. Meaning, for example, let's say I'm applying to be a customer service agent. So I can say that I'm good with communication skills. I can talk to people and I can persuade people. Also, if someone is angry, I can help him to calm down. You see? I give you like a straight answer about my strengths. So again, why your strengths and you're applying for a customer service agent, you can say, I'm good in communication skills. I know how to deal with people. Also, I know how to persuade people. Add to this, if someone is angry, I can calm him down. I can calm him or her down. See? So, relationship building, persuasive skills, any skill. I'm an ambitious person. I like to work under pressure. I like to work in team. I'm a good team player. I can manage a team. I've been managing a team for a long time, so I think I have the skill. You see, all of these answers talking about your strengths, talking about things you have. Okay? Let's go next. Now that's the second question. Now the strengths are technically easy to be answered. Anyone can talk about his strengths. Anyone sees something good in himself or herself will talk about it easy. And this is a good thing. Now pay attention to this. How about if he asks you about weaknesses? Now do not talk about weaknesses and give him the opportunity of refusing or rejecting it. Now for example, if you told him like, I'm a bad-tempered person, I get angry very easy, and you're going to be a customer service agent, I don't think so. No, this is not true. So you need to be what? Like, you need to be smart when you answer this question. When you try to answer, when you try to answer this question, your interviewer is trying to somehow identify your major flaws, your major weaknesses. So, like, he's trying to find out, are you going to be good for the job or not? So, for example, if you said, I cannot meet deadlines to save my life, what's this? That means you cannot do your job correctly. So, this is not a good answer. But if I said, okay, nothing is perfect, okay, we already know that nothing is perfect. We need something, okay. So, try to talk about some things you have problems with and you're working on them. Let's say, for example, you say, I don't know how to, like, I don't have this courage to speak in public, but I'm trying to work on this. I'm trying to take presentation skills courses. I'm trying to improve that thing. You see? So you give him like a weakness, and maybe he does not care about this weakness that much. Also, you show that you care and you are working on improving this weakness. That's important. Also here, the example that we have here, maybe you've never been strong at public speaking, the same example, but you recently volunteered to run meetings to help be more comfortable when addressing a crowd. Also, you can do something else. You can say, for example, I'm a workaholic person. And because I'm a workaholic, sometimes I forget my social life. And that actually affects me in a bad way because I don't have a social life nowadays. So that affects me bad on my psychological way. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to give my social life some attention. So what did I do here? I told him that I'm a workaholic. That's something he needs. Okay? He needs someone who works a lot for his job. And I've changed it into a bad thing because I don't have a social life. Also, I've added the thing that I'm working on it to improve it and to have a social life. That's a good way of doing the answer in a correct. Okay? Now, let's go next. What's your greatest professional achievement? What's your greatest professional achievement? Now, everyone in life has his or her own achievement. So you need to have this kind of achievement that will help the other person understand you better. Because as we agreed, the interview is a way of understanding you. I want to understand you. I want to understand who am I dealing with. I want to understand, okay, are you fit for the job or not? That's a good question. I want to understand who is that person personal-wise, social-wise, professional-wise, okay? How will you deal with your co-worker and everything? So I need to know about your previous achievements. Don't exaggerate and don't lie about your achievements, okay? Okay, never say, okay, I've done lots of things in my life. I know that you should hire me. Really? That's not correct. Okay. I'm so sorry. A great a great way to deal with this, use the STAR method. Okay. Set up the situation and the task that you were required to complete to provide the input you're with. Let's say, for example, okay, talk about a previous experience. Something happened to you and you've managed to deal with it in a good way, in a correct way. So that's a good thing. Okay. That's a good way of answering this question. Like we could say, in 1 month, I streamlined the process, which saved my group 10 man-hours each month and reduced errors by invoices by 20%. Okay. What's this? Let's leave this example and talk about another example. One day, I had to work more than the required hours and I didn't like it. But I've managed to do it and I've managed to save some money, some hours for the company because some of the team didn't like it and they didn't approve on working and actually they quit job. So I almost had like the responsibility of my job and 2 other people. I've managed to do it, save money for the company, and I've got a bonus for this. And you can see it in my recommendation letter. So another question he might ask you is, why did you leave your company? Why did you leave the previous company? Don't talk bad about companies. Never talk bad about companies. Never talk bad about the previous employer. Because that shows wrong things, wrong impression about you, about your personality, about the person you're dealing with. So pay attention to talk good, pay attention to be fair in your attitude, in your behavior toward people. Let's go next. Tell me about the challenge or conflict you faced at work and how you dealt with it. Now, challenge or conflict, now, the same as the previous one. The achievement that you've had before could be a challenge, could be the same thing. You could use the same thing as the same answer, as an answer for the same thing here in the question. So that's a good thing. So again, use the STAR method. Now, someone will ask me, what is the STAR method? What's its shortcut for? Now, let's remember the first one we talked about. We talked about, okay, goals, SMART goals. S, specific, SMART, M, measurable, A, achievable, R, realistic, T, time. Now, let's talk about STAR method. STAR method talks about 4 things. The situation, the task, the action, the result. So when you talk about the situation, you talk like this. Let's do it like this. Let's remember where is STAR. Okay. Let's start. So S T A R. S here is shortcut for the situation. Talk about the situation. What happened to you before and talk about it. Now the second thing here, T, the task. What you should have done. Okay. I'm so sorry. Not what we should have done. Now, what was the task? Situation, where the situation, what happened? What was the task? What was your mission? What were you should, what were we doing and what you should do, okay? A comes for what? A, we said situation, task, and after having the task, I have what? Yes, action. Okay. Action. Okay. So, what's the action that you did? What was it? What did you do? In this situation, and it was another task you have, what did you do? So that's a challenge. Then talk about the results. So let's talk about the situation I've talked about. I've talked about the situation that we had, the situation in our company once, that we had to work more than our hours, okay? But some of the team didn't approve it, so they left the job. That was the situation. They left the job, and their job was put on them. So what was the task? I have to finish the job. What did I do? I've worked hard, I've managed to finish the job, and the result that I've managed to finish the job and save the money for the company, and I took a bonus. So that's the STAR method. Next. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, this question is very important. Why is it important? Because it shows if the person is ambitious or not. Are you an ambitious person? Do you see yourself improving in the future? Do you see yourself with a promotion? Or you want just a typical job, a routine job that you take money from? Or you look for more always?